everyone, my name is NewFlowerGirl, call me Demi, and welcome back to another Aftertalk. Today we're going to be talking about what happened in November, and I do have to warn you guys about one of the Grand Prix that happened in November. I have 3 pages. I'm sorry, I have 3 pages. There was too much happening that weekend. There is going to be one more that partially takes place in November. But basically the same as with Monza, that one will count as to when race day is, which is on December 1st. So I won't count that one yet. So let's start. What to talk about? Well, we're going to be talking about the Formula 1 Lenovo Grande Premio de Sao Paulo, which is the long one. And then the Formula 1 Heineken Silver Las Vegas Grand Prix, which was basically just show instead of race, really. I've got some photos. I'm gonna look at the current driver standings, current constructor standings, and what the final 2 races will be. Well, I told you one of them, but you don't know what the other one is. Haha. Well, first, let's start with the Formula 1 Lenovo Grande Premio de Sao Paulo. This is the track Interlagos, as some of you may know. Yeah, it's a good track. I like it, especially combination 1-2, the Senna S's as they are called. But yeah, that's good. It's a nice track. Also in the game, it's pretty easy to do. But this weekend was a sprint weekend, which explains why it was so long. Probably not, but still. K-Mag was sick, so Ollie took over. He's now becoming my favorite driver, Ollie. I'm going to definitely support him during his Formula 1 career. Like, definitely. Perez was out in SQ2, Sprint Quali 2. Same for Lewis Hamilton. McLaren's took over the front row. Max was 4th, but Oscar got pole. That's kind of nice, you know. Oscar got pole for a sprint race. 3 people started from the pit lane, which were Zhou Guanyu and Aston Martin's. During the race, Hulkenberg's engine was gone. It started to smoke. And he basically parked it between 8 and 9. I believe. Yeah, he parked it there. McLaren enforced team orders. Basically, on the DRS zone between 3 and 4, they swapped positions. I know I support McLaren, but this is something I don't like. I don't like team orders. Like, I know it was for the benefit because Lando was still in contention for title there, but like, just make him pass like normally. Like, Max Verstappen doesn't like team orders as well. And he basically says, if you can't pass me if you want to get ahead of me, just pass me, mate. Just overtake me like anyone else. I think that's better. But like, say like, okay, don't fight each other. I think that was better. That would have been better. But because Hulkenberg was stranded there was a virtual safety car at the end of at lap 22, and it resumed on the last lap of the race. The race resumed on the last lap after the last DRS zone. Basically, after a safety car, you basically have, after a virtual safety car and both a normal safety car, you have to go over the line to be able to have DRS again at the very next detection point. Basically 1 lap. So Max did not have DRS when they went to the next detection zone. It kind of sucked, to be honest. But Lando won, Oscar 2nd, and Max 3rd. Yeah. Page number 2. Here we go. The quali for the main race was postponed to 10:30 a.m. UK time the very next day due to the rain. It was horrible. Like, we were waiting so long for the quali to start, and in the end they were like, yeah, we'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Just like Ferrari. I've heard that way too many times to be able to do it that perfectly. Yeah. But lots of drivers went off during the qualifying once it finally got going. Franco Colapinto caused the first red, which is, I believe, his first ever crash in a Formula 1 car. I want to believe, but I forgot. So yeah, it was the first red of the day, and it was right at the bottom of the Senna S's. If you remember, that is basically 1, 2, 3. That's the Senna S's. He crashed basically in turn 3. For the people who watched Formula 1 in like the early 2000s, it's like up to 2005-ish, basically up to the point where Lewis Hamilton got into Formula 1, which is 2007, by the way. In 2003, my birth year, Jos Verstappen was driving and he had the chance. Well, basically, everyone went off at turn 3. The drivers, they had to basically jump out of the car. Sorry for the cut there, but yeah, picking out pies for my birthday. Yeah. Lots of drivers went. I can't remember what I was saying, but like in 2003, I believe I was there. Like, lots of drivers went off and they had to, they basically had to jump. They needed to have like the launch, the car launch seats thingies to be able to get out of the car in a fast rate, because people were just piling up at the bottom. But yeah, that was chaos. Even Michael Schumacher crashed. Yeah. Then on to Q2, Sainz went off in the middle of the S's, turn 2, causing another red. Max and Perez were both out in Q2 because Stroll crashed too. And he caused a red with 2 minutes left. Basically, in qualifying, when there's 2 minutes left, you do not restart the session. And also, bitterness for Max Verstappen because he had to start for an engine penalty, so 17th for him. Another red in Q3 as Alonso crashed in turn 11. Wow. It was terrible. Like, you would be aquaplaning so hard there. Albon was off too, and he had a hard one, guys. I have a photo of the aftermath. It was terrible. Like, oh my god. I don't know if many of you guys know, but it was kind of like what Marcus Ericsson experienced in 2018, but without the dry weather and the barrel rolling, and instead of to the left, it was to the right. So yeah, it was like he stood on the brakes and then it just spun. It was horrible to watch, really. But Lando got pole. George Russell lined up next to him, so British front row. And then, surprise, surprise, Yuki Tsunoda in third. Who would have thought the tiny Japanese driver got a third on qualifying? Yeah. I mean, it's got to be a first time for everything, really, for him. He's taking things slow. Soon, in a few years, he'll win, finally. Albon decided to not start a race, even before, like right after qualifying, he already said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to start the race. He took the decision himself, just so that the mechanics have enough time. Or it's either, I think he himself took that decision. But, who knows. Sainz got a new engine and gearbox because it was hit in his crash in Q2, so he required a pit lane start. Page number 3. This is the final page of this one, guys. I'm sorry. Lance Stroll spun on formation lap in turn 4. Then he beached it in the turn 4 gravel trap. Start aborted. Confusion arose with Lando as he started the second formation lap without clearance from race control. He will receive a £5,000 fine for this. The race would then be 69 laps instead of the 71. Yeah. At first during the race start it said 70, but they quickly changed it. Ollie and Oscar both got a 10-second time penalty. I'm making so many errors. I think like receive is spelled wrong and I missed fine and now I'm missing an M. This is not going well for me now. I just made it really quick, so could be that. But they both got a 10-second time penalty for causing collisions. Ollie Behrman had a collision with Franco Colapinto. And Oscar Piastri had one with Liam Lawson. Yeah, they were both at separate points during the race though. Franco Colapinto crashed hard and caused the final red flag of the day, just as conditions were getting worse. So, he did something good, really. He caused a break for everyone so they could change their tyres and stuff. Hulkenberg got black flag. He got help from the marshals and didn't return to the pits. Basically, if you get stuck and the marshals need to help you to get back onto the track, this is not like freaking IndyCar. Basically, there you can get help from the marshals and return to racing. With Formula 1, if you get help from the marshals, you have to return to the pits. If you don't, you'll suffer from the consequences Nico Hulkenberg suffered from right here, which is disqualification, which is what the black flag means. The race resumed at 5:02 p.m. UK time, and it was a rolling start. Because, well, in the rain they're not gonna do that again. They're not gonna do a restart after a red flag in the rain with a standing start. They only do that during the normal race starts. But I think at one point they did do a rolling race start because it was raining so much, which was during Max's first championship year, I believe. No. I know it was Imola. 2022, that was it. Thank you, brain, for braining. Ollie went off several times, but he got going again without major damage to the car. I remember screaming at some point because I was like, no! And I was like, okay, it's fine. He can continue. That wasn't safe to say about Carlos Sainz. He was into the wall, safety car out, and so was Sainz. He was out of the race. At the restart, Max dive-bombed Esteban Ocon for the lead of the race. That man, the Mad Max, finds grip when no one else finds it. If you look on the onboards of Max Verstappen during the race start, the actual race start, you will see that he takes a very different line than everyone else. Compare that to 2016, same venue. It's practically the same, but he will never outdo himself what he did here, which I'll explain later. Lando also had a big off at that restart. Yeah, he basically threw his championship chances away there, sorta. Again, McLaren team orders to benefit Lando Norris. It was not fun to be a McLaren fan. It was fun to be a Max Verstappen fan, on the other hand, because Max won the water ballet. And it was a double podium for Alpine. Ocon second and Gasly third. Yeah, who would have thought at the start of the season that Alpine would be getting a double podium. Eh? They shifted from 9th in the championship to like 6th in the championship. Yeah. Thank God it's over. We're gonna go to Las Vegas. Sin City. This is the track. This is only the second time we're going here, but it's not the second ever Las Vegas Grand Prix because they went in front of Caesar Palace, which is basically sucked. It was basically in front of just a parking lot of Caesar Palace. I believe it was. And it was during the day, so it wasn't a light spectacle. Anyway, Alex Albon caused a red flag in FP2 because of a fuel pump failure. Yeah. He parked it nicely in a place where his car could easily be taken away so that the session could continue very quickly. Perez was out in Q1 again. Unsurprising, but then again, Fernando Alonso was too. Franco Colapinto had a Falk. He had a big shunt as the Falk fell for Q2. Where was my brain when writing this? Oh my god. Oh. When the flag fell. This was in 2016. When he basically cut the corner too much and his left wheel just basically banged onto his suspension, failed, and then shot up and then bang into the wall. But George Russell got pole, Carlos Sainz second, and Gasly third. Where's it coming from? Max would start 5th and Lando 6th. So they both shared the third row. So, just to clarify, Max needs to score more points than Lando to claim title number 4. Lando needs to outscore Max, but by at least 3 points to take it to Qatar. We all know what happened, really. We've seen it on social media. No one crashed during the race, but 2 retirements by Alex Albon and Pierre Gasly. Gasly had a nice poof of smoke. His engine gave up. Red Bull were pretty strong. Perez seemed strong too, with a double overtake in turn 12. That man, okay, when he starts at the back, he's at his element. It sounds harsh, but it's true. He makes amazing overtakes. I mean, if that doesn't become overtake of the year, I don't know what this world has come to. George Russell is now also a 2024 multiple Grand Prix winner as he takes home the jackpot. Lewis second and Sainz third. Yeah, double Mercedes podium. Oh, double, basically a 1-2 for Mercedes, which is good. Max took home the title. He finished 5th and landed 6th, which is basically where they started, really. It's kind of nice, yeah. This is the explanation. So this is basically the point system from 1st to 6th. So 1st is 25, 2nd is 18, 3rd is 15, 4th is 12, 5th is 10, and 6th is 8. And like I said, Lando needs to outscore Max by at least 3 points to take it to Qatar. So, yeah, easy calculating. So, also another way to do it, the gap between Max and Lando at before this Grand Prix was like 62, which is basically the amount of points left to score throughout the last 2 races, because Qatar's a sprint race. And now if you calculate it, it's 64, so 2 points. So yeah. Anyway, here are some photos. I'm gonna use my cursor here. Here we have the conditions of what happens there in in Sao Paulo. We have Williams here in the smoke. We have another car here, which you can see a silhouette of. And we have Max and Lewis fighting. This is Colapinto's car during the race. Yeah, big one. There was coolant or something leaking out. This was Albon's car in qualifying. Yeah, just look at the rear, okay? Just look at this. That's insane. And this is Colapinto basically being upset about his car breaking. He hasn't crashed too much though, so I feel like if Sargent was still in Formula 1, he would have crashed, like, he would have ridden off like 50 more cars. Probably not, but like 15 maybe. Could have been. One in every session. He definitely would have written off a lot of parts in Sao Paulo. Definitely. But anyway, it's gonna get covered by the text again. I know it. Oh, I didn't. Oh, that's perfect. So, Max took the title. His name is now in gold. And also, Lando got fastest lap, which means 63 points difference. But it still doesn't matter anyway, because Max is champion now. 1 point difference. Max got more points than Lando. So yeah. Max 403, Lando 340, Leclerc 319. He could take it if Lando doesn't score at all in Qatar and Abu Dhabi. Oscar 268, Sainz 259, Russell 217, and Hamilton 208. Perez is now the only one left in the hundreds with 152. And then we go to below 100 with Fernando Alonso 62. Nico Hulkenberg 35, Tsunoda 30, Gasly 26. You could say that over the course of this entire season, he got a victory with a fastest lap, which is 26 points. You're welcome. Stroll 24 and Ocon 23. Magnussen 14 and Albon 12. Same for Ricciardo, but he's not going to score any points. Ollie got 7, Colapinto 5, Lawson 4, and then our classic Joe, Bottas and Sargent at 0. Though Joe Guanyu had a shot at taking the first points for Sauber. It was sad that he had to pit. Yeah. The one fun fact I want to say, Sauber in Sao Paulo got the fastest pit stop for Joe Guanyu. It's a shame that we are not going to see Bottas or Joe again next season unless it's for testing or whatever. Because Gabriel Bortoleto has signed with Sauber. Yeah. And we now only have one place left, which is for the teammate of Yuki Tsunoda. Who is it going to be, guys? I'm saying it's going to be Lawson. But what do you guys think? Are they going to give it to a rookie? Or are they going to give it to Liam Lawson? I say Lawson. Mainly because I saw the guy in real life, which is fun. And then this is the constructors' standings. McLaren at 608, Ferrari 584. Red Bull wishes they do not get 111 points more, because then there will be 666. Mercedes at 425 and Aston Martin at 86. Haas at 50, Alpine just 1 point behind that. Racing Bulls, aka V-Carb, at 46. Williams at 17 and Sauber 0. So I mentioned the venues, but I didn't say when, except for this one, which is Formula 1 Qatar Airways Grand Prix, which is basically in the weekend when it is my birthday. And I checked for next year. Next year I'm gonna have a race, a Sunday race on my birthday. I've also checked the history book that I have of 1,000 Grand Prix. In 0 of them has there been a Formula 1 race on November 30th. So this is the first one next year. I'm excited for it. But yeah, that is basically next weekend. Yeah. And then in time for Christmas with all of the gala stuff, we have Formula 1 Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, which is the 6th till the 8th of December. And then we are done with racing. MotoGP is already finished. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, then please hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you are new and if you don't want to miss any other videos. But that's it for me for now, and I shall see you guys on my birthday, which is on a Saturday this year. Bye!